What's up, guys? We are going to be talking about budget car audio and also how car audio can be used in your home because we all got some stuff laying around just gathering dust we want to put to work doing the thing that we enjoy doing, which is making bass, listening to music, and getting loud and crazy. We're going to get everything set up and hopefully things go as planned this fine evening. Somebody's in the house. You guys that are showing up, be sure and throw a comment in the comment section so I can make sure everybody's here. And that is Big Dave. Hello from the down under. It must be late in your neck of the woods. Jubs says, "Good evening. Good evening, Jubs." And Got Earplugs is showing up from Cincinnati. What's up, Got Earplugs? So, from the thunder from down under. So today we're going to be discussing budget car audio, and I think this is probably pretty much everybody's favorite subject. That's right, Joe. Be sure y'all hitting that like button. Slap that like button hard. Make it feel it. Make it hurt. Make it hurt like Pamela Harris or Kamala. What is it, Kamala or Pamela? I don't know. That crazy woman. She can feel it. Anyway, so what we're looking for is, yeah, it's a month. Big Dave said it's 11:50 a.m. on Monday, down under. That's crazy, man. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock on Sunday. So see, you're in the future. Let me know in the future. Do the Democrats have any sense? Oh wait, you're in Australia. Everybody has sense in Australia, so it's all good, baby. Uh, so first of all, slap that like button. Got earplugs. Uh, so first of all, everybody's got some car audio laying around. You know, when you put something in, okay, this is pretty good, but this is better. You pull it out, you know, or you might have had a set of four and blue one, and you got three, and there's Bobby B in the house. Bobby B is on point, taking care of business. He has the club, so y'all don't be getting crazy, or Bobby B will show Bobby B will show you the door. Big Dave said they ain't got no political parties. Yeah, well, I feel you, man. Get it done. I don't know how y'all's government works in the thunder down under, but you know, they all have their drawbacks and their pluses and minuses. So we'll have to work with what we got. Uh, but you've all got your car audio laying around. Wonder what can I do with this? Man, there's a whole lot you can do with it. The first thing I'm gonna tell you is I'm gonna call out some of the ones you don't think about, and that's like Goodwill, uh, any Salvation Army stores, stuff like that. Hit those places up, and if they have a set of little speakers, what's up, PSC Mentalist? What's happening, my friend? If they have a set of bookshelf speakers or old stereo, like an old crappy old stereo with some speakers, they get it for $1 or two a piece. Buy all that stuff, all of it. Buy all that $2, $3, $5 stuff. Buy it up, stack it in your shed. You take those little 6.5s that you got sitting around doing nothing, slap them in them boxes, replace that junk that's in there. Bob's your uncle. You now got a set of bookshelf speakers. And if you get you some bed liner, spray them with bed liner first to make them look kind of cool, you can do some pretty cool looking bookshelf speakers. Reuse that equipment. On the flip side, If you're trying to get by on a budget in car audio, you can use the speakers you find in those drivers. A lot of times, they're still decent enough to be able to put into a car if you're really hurting for cash. Yeah, PSE and Bobby B are both in the house. Y'all recognize that. Got the wire, got all the wire, all the alt gauge wire in the house. Bobby B said, Goodwill.com, baby. Yeah, I had never been to Goodwill.com. I got a feeling that they ain't gonna be as good a prices as going in the store down the road, you know. But a few other options are Play It and Live It says, hey, what's up, Play It and Live It? Is anybody showing up from Facebook in here? I do have it going out on Facebook. Y'all see anybody pop in from Facebook on there? Let me know. So I might miss the comment. I've just started trying this Facebook edition, this Facebook addendum to the live show. Jub said he can he can he can 3D print the enclosure for smaller drivers, but you don't have a large enough printer to do big stuff. Should be able to do it up to 6.5. And that works too, but that can be expensive. You know, for one, you got to have a 3D printer, and those ain't cheap. And then you got to learn how to use it, and that's going to take time and a whole lot of material because you got to mess up a bunch of stuff. Then you got to have the material to actually make the thing. So it's not. I mean, the end result, each product may be cheap enough, but you know, getting to the point where you can actually make the stuff is going to cost you. Same thing with any company. I mean, manufacturing something like this may only cost, you know, $1 or $2 in parts of material, but building the programming, the computers, the machines, getting the dies and all that kind of stuff made to where you can print these suckers out, you know, real fast and economically, that costs a lot of money, takes a lot of upfront expense. So you have to charge more for the product, even though you've only got 35, 50 cents in the product. Same thing with that 3D printing. It may not cost a lot to make that speaker, but it takes a lot of time and a whole lot of money and time up front to get to that point. Fuego is coming, Bobby Burkett said. Yeah, Bobby B. PSC Mentalist. What is he saying here? PSC Mentalist. I could have another giveaway, and you could win 20 feet of sky high audio OOC black. He's steadily trying to give wire away. Y'all, if you hadn't been to PSC Mentalist's channel, you need to go over there and check that out. Just look up PSC Mentalist on YouTube. Good guy. Apparently he has a lot of wire just laying around that he just wants to find a home for it. You know, play it and live it. Looking around at my small car audio system, smiling to myself, got a lot of different brand equipment running in my car. I'm just amazed at how the sound of me. Dude, all right, that's one thing I wanted to bring up. Yeah, slam that thumb. Y'all hit it looks like this. Hit that. Thank you, Bobby B. He's on point, y'all. He's my bouncer. One of the things I wanted to bring up is stop shopping by brands. I mean, a brand can have a certain umbrella that has a lot of good things in it. But one thing you don't want to do is if you're trying to live on a budget, trying to build a system that's all one brand is usually a mistake. Because you're either going to have to sacrifice quality somewhere because some stuff that they make is not going to be that good, or you're going to be sacrificing a bunch of money because some stuff they make is going to be way overpriced. Look at the equipment that you need and buy the equipment you need from whatever brand sells the exact equipment at the right price. That's how I'm trying to tell you guys to go. Just keeping it real. Fuego. Did Fuego pop in? He did. What's up, Fuego? He's slipping. Brother Bobby B sent me. He always has my back. Bobby B has everybody's back. Bobby B is a back man. He takes care of it. He's watching it. He's my wingman. I love it. Uh, some of the companies I wanted to bring up though, because some brands do, like I said, have an umbrella of area of stuff that they tend to do at a good price for a good quality. One of those is going to be something I haven't messed with yet, but I have a few friends that have, and it's got good reports, and that's Slaps Audio. Primarily, they're big subwoofers. So, guys, if you're looking for a big subwoofer, plug-in 15s and bigger, 15s and 18s, stuff like that, and you're wanting to stay down on that price, Slaps Audio has got you covered in that department. Also, head over to Parts Express, look at the Dayton Audio Ultimax 18s. They're about $300. Another excellent subwoofer. They're going to be like a 1200 watt sub. They're not going to handle a crap ton of power, but they're very well specced out, well designed subwoofers. And they also have 10s and 12s in that line as well. Another good economy subwoofer to look at. Bobby V said, I like cracks. I'm everywhere. Hell yeah, man. And also consider Harmony Audio. Harmony's got I think it's called the Monolith. It's either I think it's a Monolith or the Gothic or something like that. I forget what it is now. They got a 15 that's a crazy good 15 that's taking tons of power. And I think they have an 18 as well. I believe, yeah, they have the 18. Monster subwoofer. I think taking gobs of power, and it's real reasonably priced. Harmony Audio is a good source of economic subwoofers. Oh yeah, PSC's always taking care of business, man. I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it a lot. Guys, I have been, my wife, uh, she was at work and she decided that her ankle needed to be broken. So she broke that. And now she's hanging out with me every day. So she's been just, honey, do this and honey, do that, and have me run her around all over the place. Yeah, she's keeping me busy. I hadn't been making much content the last week or so. That's one of the reasons. But honestly, that's not the only reason. The biggest reason is that I don't like the winter, and the days are getting short, and I'm a night person, so I like to go out whenever it's toward the evening when it's still nice and warm from the day and it's still daylight. During the summer, it stays daylight till like 9 o'clock. Yeah, I hadn't been going out because, well, it's been cold and it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, and it's just stupid. The winter is stupid and it needs to go screw itself. I'm going to get Bobby. Bobby, take the winter out the door, man. Get it out of here. Let's get back to summertime. Bobby said Alibaba Express also. Alibaba can be a hit and miss thing. It's kind of a gamble. You might get a really good deal on something at a really good price, something that's really cool. But you also might be totally wasting your money whenever you buy some shit. So keep that in mind. Alibaba is a real gamble in every way. Play it and live it. Decided to break her. Yeah, she did. She decided to break her ankle. She was like, you know what? My ankle is just doing way too damn good. I need to break this. And so she broke her damn ankle and then rammed her head into her car, about killed herself in the parking lot. I finally stirred her up in there. Oh man. Oh, dude. Oh, no, no. I did not. I did not hobble her. No, I did not do that. Bobby, you're a messed up individual, man. Bobby said. Bobby said that I was doing a misery on her, like in the movie where they hobbled the dude, and she broke his ankles and tied him to a bed. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not that bad. So the PSE, yeah, he hates winter too. I just ain't got no use for winter, man. It always screws with me. You know, winter is fun for about 2 days, and then it goes straight back to summer again. I'm good. Uh, Jubs said I miss Arizona weather. 75 degrees, and I was in a hoodie and jeans. Now I'm in Missouri. I'm in shorts till still at 60 plus. Yeah, no kidding, dude. Uh, Bobby Burkett said, as long as it's not Timu. And Timu's another one. I, I'll give you that too. Timu's another one. You can find some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, Base Static 91's been running a set of Timu. Well, no, that they're not Timu though. Those are the Hayankas. Running a set of Hayanka 15s in his truck bill for a minute now, and I know he's beating the brakes off of them subs, and they have not blown. I'm extremely impressed with the Hayanka 15s. So that's another possible brand out there for you guys that are trying to scrape together pennies and get bass. Um, he's doing like I want to say he's doing 1,000 or 1,500 watts on each one, and a blow through on his Chevy truck. Bayside 91, hell of a dude, man. He's a real dude. He's a truck driver. He's a working man like we are, and gets it done. Uh, Jub said that you're going to kick my butt. You going to show up or not? Renee, you going to show up or not? Come here. Yeah, come here. Y'all, hang on a minute. I don't know what you said. Bring your ass in here. She's hobbling, y'all. You get close enough, they'll be able to hear you. Get over here. Get over here. You can see. There she is. Wife. Y'all say hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm the broken ankle girl.
The broken ankle lady. So yeah, I went into the hospital. She went in first, and she was in there, and I come in after her, and I said I'm looking for my wife, and the lady at the desk said, "Oh, you talking about ankle?" I was like, "Yeah, ankle." And she said that way, and that's become her nickname. Her new nickname is Ankle.
Can I go elevate my ankle?
You gonna elevate your ankle? Look, there's her Das Boot. Careful, you're gonna fall and break your damn other leg. Be careful.
Bye, guys.
Y'all, if you got a wonderful mate like I do, you're a very lucky person. I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. Bobby B said Etsy too, and I don't have any experience with Etsy, but I would agree with you. I just don't have any experience with Etsy, so I try not to speak on things that I don't personally know about in some way, form, or fashion. PSC says, speaking of misery, there's a ASMR YouTube channel. A gal is reacting to the movie. Oh Lord, those reaction channels. See, play it and live it says subs push out too much cold air in the cabin. Yeah, man, wintertime. Whew. She wants tacos. Bobby B said you want tacos. Let's see. Oh, El Fuego. El Fuego, El Fuego's buying tacos, y'all. that, that's something else, man. You don't have to do that. El Fuego, I want you to show up just to hang out, my friend. Just so you know, I appreciate you very much, but uh, it's not necessary, man. Show up and just you show your love when you show up and say hi, man. Just show your face in the room and give me that support of being in the chat. That's all I care about, my friend. But I do appreciate it, and my wife appreciates you. You like tacos, right?
Hell
She said, "Hell yeah." El Fuego just bought some tacos.
yeah. Do I see you?
Well, no, not right now. It takes a little while to get them. It's a delayed reaction.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Y'all got her excited, man. She thought she was going to get a taco right now. And Joe Blow said, "Hello, darling." And PSC Mentalist said, "Hello, Mrs. Car Audio Enthusiast."
I like that.
And PSC also said, called you Robot Foot, Robo Foot.
I like that.
Daniel Shepard showed up. What's up, Danny? Uh, Danny said, "Hope all is well." Now, I've been dodging this for a long time, guys, but for those people that are watching this video, I'm going to tell you about this guy. This guy right here is the guy that bought that amplifier that's in the back of my Tahoe. I hadn't called him out until now, but I'm calling him out now. So you want to know what kind of person uh, would go and do something like that for a person? This is that guy right here. This guy. If y'all want to show him some love, you know where his channel is. You can find him. You can show him. And this is a Facebook. And I'm glad to see some of my Facebook stuff is coming through. And y'all show him some love. PSC said chicken enchiladas. You got issues, man. If it ain't a taco, it ain't right. It ain't right at all. Bobby B said taco time. Uh, so, a few other things I want to mention. One of them is just a heads up toward the end of this month. For those of you guys watching this video, you're going to find out this information, which is not going to be shot out there a whole lot. It's just going to be creeped out a little bit. Toward the end of this month, Big Jeff is getting another big shipment in of Basehead Garage meters. So, if you guys are looking for one, they sell out in like 24 hours. Okay? Like really fast. If you guys are wanting a Basehead Garage watt meter, you're going to need to use the link on my channel. It'll be on this down below here. It ain't there right now, probably, but it will be down there. Head over to Big Jeff. Use my coupon code CAE. Pre-order yourself one. Go ahead and get that pre-order in because it's literally going to be gone the first day. Just a heads up. And I'm tidbits. I know that there's a shipment coming, and I know about when it's going to be here. So that's my insider information for you guys. Get that pre-order in, and if you're lucky and you're not too far down the list, you'll get one toward the end of this month. It'll be coming in. AKA Bobby B. Taco time. Only if it's free. Bobby B. Look, if you got to fill a crack, sometimes you got to pay to fill the crack. You can't just fill the crack for free. Sometimes it takes donuts and tacos to fill that crack. You can't just, it don't just fill itself. Okay? So, you guys that was watching the last show last weekend when I had Jerry on the show, what do you guys think about that? Did you like that? Did you enjoy Jerry being on the show? PSC Mentalist, Christmas is coming up. Makes a great gift for Black Friday. Yeah, it would. Uh, Absolutely. If you want to hook somebody up with a Basehead Garage watt meter, that's a damn sure it's a cool little tool, man. You can do a lot. I'm gonna tell you guys the best investment, one of the best investments you can make if you're into this stuff like I am or anywhere close, is getting a dB meter. Because the dB meter can do more than just give you your maximum dB. It can also help you measure the differences in the frequency of your subwoofer. For example, uh, you can play a sweep and a watch and see where you have peaks in there, and you can EQ them down and move those peaks down. It's a very accurate way to measure the gain and amplitude of an entire frequency band, especially the low end stuff. So it's cool. It also helps you figure out what type of electronic changes have actually helped your system as far as overall output. Um, you can't tell whether or not the air cleaner and the exhaust system actually gave you horsepower or not unless you put it on a dyno. And SPL meter can literally give you the end result dyno. It can tell you whether something you did in this chain of things actually made the chain stronger. Okay. It's a very, very good tool to have. Once you learn how to use it, there's lots of ways you can implement that. Bobby B, what did you say? Oh yeah, yeah. I remember you telling me about that. Bobby B said he bought the big can of gap filler up to 3-inch cracks. I used it today. It worked great. That crack was thoroughly and completely filled. Oh, see, this is why we can't have nice things. Oh, so another brand I'm going to call out in the economy lineup is Recoil Audio. Now, I can't speak on everything they have, but I can tell you that of all the stuff I've used, and I've used some of their wiring management stuff, the distribution blocks, fuse holders, fuse blocks, speakers, and other equipment like that. Of everything that I've had my hands on from Recoil Audio has been far above what you would expect for the price that you pay. Like way above. If you're looking for fuse holders, distribution blocks, and you're trying to stay economic and you want some good quality stuff, I just got to tell you that Recoil Audio is a great way to go. You're going to get much more than you pay for it, and you're going to be pleased with the stuff you get. I'm just kind of floored by how good they are. I wish I could get them to work with me as an affiliate, but I haven't been able to get a response from the company. And no, I'm not going through a certain Android in a cave. Okay, don't care for that person. That person rubbed me the wrong way very early in our interactions, so I'm not going that direction. But barring that, the company itself is solid. So, yes, Recoil's excellent. And PSC has interesting things to say. Let me pull him up here. Waiting on this slow computer. PSC question: if I can hit my 150 dB without putting on, if I had one, could I hit my 150 dB without putting it on the meter? Yeah, you absolutely can. I mean, it reads up to, I forgot what, but way up there, like 170 or something like that. Yeah. Um, it's the tool is very useful. Another thing it tells you too is what your voltage is when you peak. So if you have it set up on hold, once you use it and you get your reading right, you max everything out, you can look through all the different information in that meter, and it holds everything. So one of the things I found interesting was I watched my voltage, and my voltage was looking like it was holding at like 13.8, 13.9, But in reality, whenever I hit my peak note, my voltage dropped down to like 12.9, right? I didn't see that on my meters, on my voltmeters, but I saw it on that SPL meter because it's a more accurate reading. It's a really, really, really good thing to have going on in your vehicle. It's a great tool to have in your toolbox. Uh, Bobby said he likes the recoil accessories. Me too, Bobby. I've been impressed. Yep, yep, yep. And that's what I go through. There was a point where Recoil was selling on their own site. They used to have prices listed, and you can order straight from Recoil. Like a lot of other companies, the main site stopped listing prices now, and it's just their resellers that are pricing things. And I'm not sure why that happened, but I guess when you can't answer the question, it's almost always money. Okay, it's money. If there's no obvious answer, somebody's making more money if you do it this way. So I'm guessing that's the case. Uh, Jimmy Barrett, what did Jimmy have to say? I believe the android in a cave is in jail. Huh. Well, that really wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure that particular android's not a bad person, but he picked a battle with me that yeah. I'm hard to rub the wrong way, guys. I can take a lot of criticism. I've spent my life being insulted and criticized and attacked by everybody. And I'm going to tell you something. Whenever you take an ass whooping on a constant basis, there's two things that happen to a person. One is you learn how to duck. You get real, real, real good at ducking. The second thing that happens is you get tough. You get resilient. You get bound like steel, right? And whenever somebody comes at you, like the stuff they're going to do, they ain't nothing compared to the crap you've already been through. It just swat them like flies and keep right on walking, baby. You ain't bothering me one bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the shit I have been through. You ain't bringing nothing to this fight. Just step on by. I ain't worried about you. And that's how I feel about the android in a cave. So, PSC says, what is PSC going on about? What is he saying? I got to wait till it pops up. Sweet bass action, brother. That's great news to hear about. Damn, Skippy. Oh, good times all around. William Biddle. Hey, brother, how you feeling? That's a complicated question, and I'm sure it's meant in a rhetorical way. But I'm going to take it at a literal face value. Physically, I feel like crap. I feel like warmed over shit. Like somebody left me out in the rain and beat me to within an inch of my life, woke me up with a kick in the face, and then did it all over again. That's how I feel physically. That affects my overall mentality sometimes. How I feel mentally is a little fuzzy and old because I am fuzzy and old. Emotionally, that's the good point. Emotionally, I feel great. I'm with my most beloved wife and friend and partner, and we've been through everything together, and we are solid, and we have an absolutely wonderful relationship. And I have good people around me. I have good friends around me. I have good, strong family around me. That keeps my mental box in check. So there's a 3-layer onion there. I just peeled all 3 layers for you. A fuego. Right. I agree, man. I don't either, El Fuego. Danny James said, "What's up, brother? What's up, Danny? You hadn't come by in a minute. So you You see, you got a little score on with your car. got some, and then you said, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk to this cat no more. I'm way up here, y'all. This guy's taking a very small amount of subwoofers, a couple of US amp subs, small box, small car, little bit of power with US amps, and getting big numbers on the meter. He's really doing things. This is the cat right here you want to talk to if you need to get into some US amps. If you guys want to spend a little bit of money and get a boutique American made equipment, uh, old school brand, right? And be different than everybody else, US amps is your jam. And Danny right here, Danny can help you out in that department. So y'all need to talk to this cat right here. Uh, Jimmy Barrett wanting to try a recoil 4-channel amp. I got a couple of people that are subscribers, members of my channel that have used complete recoil systems, and they've been solid. They have zero complaints about them. I can't personally speak on recoil's amps, but I can tell you that people whose opinions I trust have and have had amazing success with them. So that's the only thing I can give you on that. And I would not be afraid to try a recoil amplifier. Not afraid at all. Let's see what GA95 has to say. Ooh, we're moving here. Moving. What kind of characteristics we have to look for in an amplifier to say this is a good amp? Um, well, one of the things I like to look at the signal to noise ratio, the noise floor. For this, you're going to have it to test it physically. Now, if you're trying to buy it online, the best thing you can do, honestly, is find people who have had this in their hands and have reviewed it themselves. Um, because just because one name brand makes one good amplifier doesn't mean that the other one is. They can be two completely different manufacturers with the same name brand on them, two completely different types and designs. It's kind of hard to call in that regard. So you're going. That's one of the things about buying, say, a Kicker or a Rockford or a JL, right? You're going to be buying the brand name, which means the product is probably going to be pretty dang good. That does not mean that Joe Blow amplifier over here is not just as good at half the price. But you don't have the assurance of knowing Joe Blow's amplifier building skills or his design. So you're having to play a little bit of a gamble. So if you're going to gamble with Joe Blow, find somebody who's got a Joe Blow amp and say, hey, does that amp suck? I mean, that's really the best. I could try to list characteristics, but all that stuff can be lied about whenever you're looking to buy something on a website and it's got all of the information about it. There's things that can be totally untrue, and there's no checks and balances really to make sure that people are being honest about that. So you got to rely on people like myself, people like Living Loud with Andy, people like Jerry Ain't Loud, people like Basetic 91, people like EXO Contralto, DIY Audio Guide. These are people who are using this equipment and they're going to give you good information. Parker the Basshead. Look at all these people. Look for stuff that they've reviewed. This is where you want to go, where you're going to get real accurate information that you can rely on, at least mostly, right? Let's see what Jubs had to say. I don't know who I was. Oh, yeah, the android in a cave. Yeah, tried watching this stuff. I didn't like him. It seems like an arrogant individual. Yeah, there you go. PSC. PSC, I totally agree in some cases. All that matters is the almighty dollar. It's more than that matters, yes. William Biddle says physically and mentally. Yeah. That's a that's a really good piece of advice, and I'm 100% with that. Keep all the people close to you, brother, and you'll be fine. You and your family are in my prayers. Coming from Northwest Arkansas, right here. Well, you ain't far away, Mister Northwest Arkansas. I grew up in Southeast Arkansas on the other side. You way up here in this corner. Uh, yeah, I grew up down there by Memphis in Arkansas, down there by West Memphis. PSC said, "God bless strong marriage." I look, guys, look. You're only going to meet a handful of people in your life that are worth fucking with. Okay, you're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to get to know a lot of people, but you're only going to meet a very few that are worth fucking with. And if you happen to find one that's the opposite sex, where you can get married to them, you got it going on. If not, then y'all gonna have to be best friends. But the point is, hang on to them. When you meet those people, when you latch on to those people, you'll know who they are. Don't let go. Keep that relationship strong because it's going to be a good relationship. It's going to help you and them for the rest of your life. Uh, Play it and live it. I love that one. Nothing solid like a loving and supported wives and bass. Hell yeah, man. That's on fire. That's on fire. 100%. You guys are awesome. Jimmy Barrett. A good woman will get a man through the toughest times. Man, that a no truer statement can be made. Uh, Danny James, I've been busy. I appreciate your input. Oh yeah, man. I know you're a working man. You got a youngster. You got people that need you to do things. Uh, that's all good, brother. I'm just giving you fits. Joe Blow. I use the 4-channel Class D. Great amp. There's an example. He's talking about the recoil amplifier. Uh, El Fuego. All right, El Fuego. Let's bring on El Fuego. Fuego ain't no joke, y'all. Pay attention to when he speaks. El Fuego says Kicker Solo X subs, 412s or 215s. Plan on utilizing two Warhorse 3600.1s. Same power with different sub configuration. And I have airspace for either one. 412s or 215s. I do believe, don't get me to line, uh, I do believe you'll get more cone area out of 215s, but that's not the important thing in this particular scenario. They're pretty damn close. Um, and if I was making that decision, I can 100% tell you the 215s, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. Okay, one, two drivers instead of four. You're going to get a more efficient power delivery, a more efficient system. And number two is if you decide to add two more 15s, you've already got two 15s. If you got the 412s and then you want to go to 15s, you got to replace all the 12s with two 15s. If you go two 15s, you can always add two more. See what I'm saying? It's the right foundation to build further with. Um, and and the third reason is the 15s are going to be more willing to play low lows than the 12s will. The the 12s will play low lows. I mean, I got mine playing down in the 20s, deep in the 20s, but they're not as willing to play the low lows as the bigger cone areas. I would run 215s, yes. 412s, no. 215s. Also, probably going to cost less to run that. Bobby Burkett says, fire, fire, fire. Bobby B's a mess. Damping factor. Yes, damping factor is the amplifier's um, Whenever the amplifier sends a signal out, AC signal, to move this cone in and out, whenever that signal stops, the cone is going to want to keep moving for a little bit of time afterwards. It makes it sound sloppy. Damping factor stops the cone at the end of those notes. And the better damping factor is going to do that more efficiently, more quickly. And so, will you notice the difference? It depends. If it's if you're going from an amplifier who has a really bad damping factor, and you've got a bunch of free air drivers that are getting real sloppy, and you put in a really good damping factor amp, you will notice that difference. If you're going from an amplifier that's got somewhat of a damping factor, and you put in a better damping factor amplifier, you're probably not going to notice that as much. So it all depends. If you're running subwoofers in a tight sealed enclosure, fairly small sealed enclosure, the mechanical damping is going to be so good that you probably won't notice it. These are the things that make a difference. So yes, it is, but it isn't always something that you're going to notice very much. Depends on the situation. Danny Jane said, I got a DSP. I need to make a ride. I need to make a ride and have you walk me through the setup. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that, Danny. Just swing by here and let me know. Shoot me a message. And we'll get out there and I'll walk you through the basics and get you started on how to use that thing. PSC Mentalist said, once I hook up my Trinity G218, I'll have a full review on that after I bump it for the first time. Y'all be sure to check out PSC Mentalist on his channel for that review on that 18. I'm down to see that. Jubs. Rawcat tested the Recoil REA line of amps and gave it good marks for being clean and whatnot. He's measuring for SQ purposes. He has done some of the D4s stuff as well, budget-minded amp. Yeah, I have no issue with that. And Rawcat's pretty extreme. I'm more of in the middle. I'm an in the middle guy. I got a good amount of knowledge across the board, but I don't have a whole lot of knowledge in one specific area. Rawcat is SQ. He's way up here. I mean, he goes into this and outside the frame of the video. Okay, not so much anything else, but that stuff, that's his jam. So I defer to him for that information all day long. Yep. Jub says 0 friends. My wife's about it. I don't mess with anyone else anymore. Too much drama. I have a very few friends, very select people in my life, and I cherish all of them. Though I may fight with them occasionally because people need their ass whooped every now and then, even if they're good people. Sometimes you just need the shit slapped out of you. It's just the way it is. It's a fact. What? Or kicked in the head, my wife said. Man, yeah, I can't. I wouldn't even be willing to try to do life without my wife. We are critical to each other. Fuego says, my wife's amazing. Best friend. She is tolerating and even likes the audio hobby. My wife has no interest whatsoever in my hobby, but she still supports me 100%. And that's huge. You know, that is huge. She's willing to support me even though she just has no interest whatsoever. Fuego's wife, Bobby said, Fuego's wife, audio rebuild coming next summer. She wants to do hair tricks. I'm going to try to make my wife's hair fly around eventually. She's got that thick horsetail hair. And boy, let me tell you, that stuff don't like to do a hair trick. She ain't got that soft poofy hair that just wants to jump. Hers is like, it's like a ball and chain, you know. It don't want to fly. But I'm gonna try to get a hair trick out of her eventually. She's willing to do it. I just ain't got the power to make it happen yet. Jub said, gotta go. I think that's what he's saying. You're going to run off and leave me. He said he wants food. You know what? I understand that. Jeff said, I got to go eat some dinner and hang out with my wife. Yeah, baby. I'll catch the rest of the stream after I get back on my computer. Have a good night. You have a good night too, Jubs. Thanks for joining and have a good one, brother. Bobby B said more cone area is key. Bobby, I have to agree with you, man. Um, it's not always number one, but it usually is, and it's always very important, especially when you're trying to make low frequencies. Larger cones are going to be able to handle lower frequencies better than small cones. It's just the way it is. PSC says my wife's my best friend, my rock, and my angel. And she's very supportive of me and car audio. Yep. Chris Harder says I want to get 15 15s. Jam on, baby. Before you go doing all that, though, you might want to make sure you got enough amplifier and enough battery and enough alternator to drive all that you just said. All them words that you just said. That's the thing. Start with the alternator, batteries, wires, work your way up because, yeah, you're just going to break stuff. PSE said, what amp on the 18? PSC Mentalist. Okay, he's talking to PSC. Yeah, I don't know El Fuego. Sorry. Apparently he's running a Crescendo bass clef 4K. Nice. Play it and live it. Supportive and bass when she gets angry. The bass reset everything. Yeah, I've had some brain resets with my subsystem. I 100% agree with that. Got my lady in the car audio. Lambert Lay says, the past 4 years now. Yeah, good deal. Chris Harder, I've been kicked in the head. Uh-oh, this woman must be kin to you, Renee. I've been kicked in the head by my ex-girlfriend because I was playing my JLs too loud, and I couldn't hear her telling me to turn it down. So she kicked me in the back of the head. My wife said, you go, girl. Well, did you turn the shit down? I bet you did. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's so fun. Y'all are hilarious tonight. So, one more thing we're going to talk about. Marts. DSPs, Marts amplifiers. Chris said, true story. I believe you. I 100% believe you. Y'all, I'll tell you a quick story about my wife. What she did. This has been a year ago. Yeah, about. That's close enough. So she was in a wreck, right?
Oh, no,
It was in 22. Okay, it doesn't matter. The timing is not important. Oh, well, you showed up. She's back. Don't kick me in the head. Well, you either got to stand on your bad foot or kick me with your bad foot, so I ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, but you can't stand on. Yeah, see? Now you figured it out, right? You got to have two good feet to kick. So she was in a crash. This guy done something. The guy hit her, right? Yeah, he hit her head on. It was 100% his fault. He was on some drugs or something. So she's in the car like going, because they just, bam, right? The guy gets out, comes over, jumps in her car. I don't know why. Why did he jump in there? Did he ever tell you?
I don't know. I think he was trying to steal my car, which he wasn't going. I don't know.
It was wrecked. He wrecked her. He wrecked it. Now he's trying to steal her car or whatever he's doing. He's in the car with her. She went kung fu on his ass. She both feet up in there and starts kicking him in the head in the passenger seat. Kicking him in the head.
He pushed me over to the passenger seat. Yeah, my leg.
She was jacking him up, right? Kicking him in the face. He finally gets out and runs.
Well, I dove out of the car.
and she jumps out to chase him down.
I wasn't
You're
done with him.
you're like, bitch, I ain't done.
But then you also got to add that like 3 to 4 months later, he killed somebody.
Yeah.
So, hello. So now he's serving 27 years in the Department of Corrections.
The worst thing he ever did was get in the car with my wife.
I was telling the cops everything, and that one cop was like, when I told him I kicked him in the head, he was like, "You go, girl."
My wife's something else, y'all. Y'all just don't know.
It fractured my sternum, y'all. Anyway, all right, bye.
That was a good lawsuit though.
Oh
Yeah. Got a good lawsuit out of that. What's a good shallow sub? Double cab Silverado 2016. I can 100% answer that question, but you're not going to like the answer. JL Stealth Box. The JL TW3 or TW5. Nobody else gets close to that. The price is not going to be something you're gonna cringe a little bit, but trust me when I say once you put it in your vehicle, you will be absolutely pleased with what you got. So that would be my 100% suggestion. The JL TW3 or TW5, 10 or 12, or just get the Stealth Box and it comes with the sub in it. About $1,000 for the box and the sub usually. You'll be happy as a bird-fed cat. Trust me on that. Bobby B said, lucky she wasn't packing. She might have busted a cap in his ass. I think everybody's lucky that she wasn't packing because she absolutely would have busted a cap in his ass and probably busted caps all around in every direction. She's not a shooter. She would have tried, though. Oh, you're going to come back. You're coming back. She's hopping. She's hobbling back. She was not done with y'all.
Okay, so after they arrested this idiot, for some reason they took him to the hospital. He had this freaking neck brace on, sitting in a wheelchair, telling them that I did this to him.
She said, she broke my neck.
And I'm like, I didn't touch his neck. I touched his damn head. Anyway, that's it.
I told y'all she was crazy. She wasn't packing. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, brother. Jimmy said, I have a hard time reading this thing. The Slimline DD 12s are excellent shallow subs. They may be. I can't speak on them, but I've heard some of the world's best shallow subwoofers from many manufacturers, and nobody touches the TW3 and TW5 from JL Audio. Nobody. So far, I've never heard anything get close. Yeah, Chris Harder, you had the JLs for your bourbon, but they got stolen. Tell him what they sounded like before they got stolen. That's the thing. Tell him. I'll rest my case. I guarantee you, I know exactly what Chris is going to say. Be like, holy crap, they sounded great. It is what it is, man. I only speak on what I know. You guys understand that, right? El Fuego. Let's see what El Fuego said. Fuego. I had two JL10 2W3 subs and my 16500. Yeah, y'all read that right here. I look at that right there. You read right there. I told you, pay attention to El Fuego. What he says, pay attention to it. He knows his stuff. Chris said, you can't even hear yourself talk. Yo, that's what I'm saying. I got my buddy that does installs car audio. The first time he heard, I had two JL10 T3s, TW3s, and in a stealth box, and my Chevy extended cab 2016 pickup, maroon, beautiful truck. Payments is way too high though. I had the stealth box. It looks like a contact lens case. It's got a bubble on both ends and a stick in the middle. It's a funny looking thing. Had that in there. He got a chance to listen to that. There's two sealed enclosures. It was like, I don't know, zero point 0.5 cubic feet each or some crazy crap. And he's sitting there with his mouth dropped open and his eyes all big because he's hearing so many deep, deep lows out of two tiny sealed enclosures with two small subs in it. They blow your mind, dude. But you're going to pay for them. So it is what it is. Are there other thin subs out there that can do a similar job? Probably. But if you're asking for my advice, go ahead, open it up, spend the money once, spend it once, and get the TW3s or TW5s from JL. You ought to spend it twice. Okay? Just my personal opinion. And I think I share the opinion. Dude, I've talked to people that literally work for their companies. One of the guys that was a rep, or one of the high up, like the second or third guy in charge at Memphis, we spent half an hour talking about JL 2W3s and 2W5s and how they're trying to build something that's close. People that work for their companies will tell you they're the best. It just is what it is, man. That's the standard everyone's judging their own stuff by. Anyway, guys, I have gone on long enough, and I am tired. I got to go in there and make sure my wife's not mad at me because she gets mad at me a lot. And I always do something to piss her off. That's kind of like, I try to do something to make her happy every day. Huh? Right. And then I also do something that pisses her off. You got to balance yin and yang. You got to keep it in the middle. So I got to make sure she's happy. And I'm going to get me some food, sit down and have some food. And Chris said they're heavy. Well, you get what you got to work with what you got. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you haven't hit that select button down below and that subscribe button, they do that thing because that's how this all works. And I appreciate my Facebook people for hopping in. There wasn't but a couple, but you know what? I appreciate everybody. And Bobby B says, stay safe, everyone. And you guys have an amazing day. And see you guys next Sunday. Peace.